The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Bitcoin Daily every day, Monday to Friday, so not actually every day, but Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do this Bitcoin Daily because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin, we gotta know what's happening with altcoins. And you might be thinking like, hey man, today is Saturday, what's up? Well, yesterday we did not have live stream at the evening, so I thought like, let's update the people on what's happening with Bitcoin, because it's a little bit important, to keep on following what's gonna happen, right? Before we start, so hello everybody, Captain, happy birthday. 8 hours missed, but better late than never. You're also first here. It looks like you are almost the only person in here in the chat, so that's nice. We're gonna have a nice cozy live stream right now, see what Bitcoin is doing. This is not actually Bitcoin, this is Rubik, but Bitcoin is up here somewhere. There we go, there is Bitcoin, and it looks like it's breaking down on downside a little bit down here, especially if you look at a 1 hourly time frame on the downside. Morning from London town, Richie Rich, hello man, Sputnik is there, London, yeah, London calling in. So guys, how you doing? You doing good? I hope you're doing well. Today is the full day, 16th of April. Right now we're getting the full moon. Where is it? Up here? April 16th, full moon. That's where we are right now. But this isn't the most important full moon. Now the question is, will this full moon be, will this full moon be, how do you call it? Have the same kind of effect that we are used to having when it comes to full moons or not. So we are very excited about that. So this full moon up here, on the 16th, that's happening. But this is not that important full moon. The most important full moon comes down here on the 14th June. That's a super moon. That's what we are looking for. That's the good stuff, guys. Guess that's good stuff. Then we got another one, new moons, and then on July 13 we also get another super moon. So these super moons are very, very important. Now the new full moon, it's all nice and dandy. So we are hoping that it's gonna pump us up. Pink moon, yeah. I think there is, full new moon names. Right now, let's see here. April, yeah, it's pink moon right now. I don't know what kind of significance that has, but I don't know what kind of significance that has. So we gotta see. Bridge Cable's back in the chat. Hi Bridge Cable. Fredo, good morning man. Muhammad, morning from Amsterdam. Amsterdam calling in. Jay, what's good man? We're gonna check it out. So Bitcoin, guys, Bitcoin. So let's talk about Bitcoin. I think there is any big news right now. There is thing, that's been going on with Elon Musk and, buying Twitter and stuff like that. It looks like it's gonna go a little bit more difficult than, he's hoping for, because you have to understand Twitter is losing a bunch of money, but it's still being pushed through, and it's very hard to get Twitter to be profitable. So, Elon Musk is not buying it, for profitability terms. I think he can turn it into a profitable company, but the thing is, it's a very special web page, very special control mechanism for the of the opinion of the people. So they cannot just let anybody have that, right? So he's gonna have a hard time getting Twitter. I'm not quite sure he's gonna make it, but you have to understand the people that own Twitter, people that own the board of Twitter, they're not interested in money. So even, Elon Musk comes and says, I'm gonna buy Twitter with a, high premium towards upside. They are like, still no, because they don't care about money. All they care is control, the power, and they're not willing to, let Twitter go that easy. So there will be definitely a fight between Elon Musk and the guys that are owning Twitter. So we'll see, who wins at the end there. But he's not just buying a company. He's buying something more than a company. He's buying a very important, like I said, medium of thought control, if you can say that. So buying some random company is easy. Buying Twitter is not that easy, because people that own Twitter are not interested in money. They're interested in owning Twitter. So remember that, guys, so we'll see how far he gets with that. Batch guitar, let's go, full moon power, yeah. Florin, morning from Fuerteventura, don't know where that is, but hi man, how you doing? Hope that's very nice, sunny there. Bollinger Bands is narrowing much must choose direction soon. Yeah, we noticed that as well. Not actually on Bollinger Bands, but you know, we are seeing that other ways. 2 a.m. morning. So from a historical perspective, what happens to the altcoin XRP Shiba Inu if Bitcoin suddenly lose 50% of its value? Yeah, those are gonna lose more than 50% of value. If Bitcoin lose 50, then everything else is gonna lose more. I think he won't be able to buy it, and then he will start his own social media platform. Yeah, but so people are saying, I even heard that Charles Hoskinson, you know, a guy from Cardano, said that, you know, he offered Elon Musk to build a decentralized Twitter. Here's the problem with, you know, building something new. You heard about these other, you know, platforms like Rumble and Gap and other stuff, like, because a lot of people are getting banned on the you know, traditional social media, so they are starting these you know, alternative platforms. The problem with alternative platforms is they don't have a lot of user base, and only thing that, you know, is, you know, you need to have, and the way you get people to your platform is because you have a lot of user base, or you are a much better platform than the other one, and people are just, you know, changing because of the better platform. Now, just making a new Twitter, you know, people have tried it before. Even, you know, Donald Trump is trying that right now. You know, it's not that easy. You cannot just move like 250 million people over to a new platform. It just doesn't work that way, right? So you can make a new platform, like me and you can make a new platform right now, but you know, who's gonna use our platform with you know, 2,000 you know, people on the platform? So making a new platform is not that easy, especially, you know, getting successful. So it's a lot easier just to buy something that's already successful. That's why you see, for example, Microsoft buying Minecraft for $1 billion. Why? Because it's a lot easier to buy something that's, you know, already has a lot big user fan base than, you know, creating something from scratch. Now, if you do create something from scratch and get it, you know, working, you'll make a lot of money. But these people that are buying this kind of stuff for billions and billions of dollars, they're not interested really in money. They're just interested in controlling wherever the people are. Remember that Twitter is not gonna be easy buy. Twitter is not gonna be easy buy. But if he does make to buy Twitter, it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be definitely interesting. That he would build on ADA his own platform. Nah, he didn't say that. I think Charles Hoskinson said that. Charles is the man, and everyone here should invest in Cardano. Yeah, with Charles, I think the whole Twitter buying thing is just for attention. No, it's not for that. He actually wants to buy Twitter, so he'll definitely buy. He'll definitely try. I don't think he'll try to start a new platform, but he'll definitely try to buy Twitter. Isn't full moon a dump and new moon pump? No, you got it other way around. New moon is dump moon, full moon is pump moon. You could pay Doge for every tweet. Yeah, so that's why we are very interesting that Twitter is, you know, Elon Musk wants to buy Twitter, is because if he does that, probability of Doge being implemented on Twitter is, you know, goes up like 10x. Yeah, he's always 2 steps ahead. So we'll see. So we'll see how this actually play around. The only thing I'm saying is that, you know, the guys that are owning Twitter, they're not giving out without a fight. I've already seen, you know, more buys from Vanguard and BlackRock trying to get, you know, a lot of more stocks in, of Twitter. There have also been something called, what is it called? The board of Twitter also issued something called Twitter. It's called something dirty. Board. Musk. What is it called? Board announces something. They announced something. Poison pill, yeah. Poison pill. So Twitter just adopted something called poison pill. And the way this works is, yeah, when somebody's trying to take over your company, you can, I mean, you cannot do anything, because, you know, if they just continue buying stocks from other people and they get the majority of the stock holdings, they can force sell, right? So the thing that they can do is make it very undesirable for the investor trying to take over the company to buy the company. And the way they do that, they right now said, like, if anybody gets above 15% of the company, they will issue more stocks, meaning they will, you know, undervalue their stock just so other people can, you know, buy get stock very cheap, so the new guy that is buying the stock will not be able to, you know, will not be able to get a hold of the company. So that's one of the things they can do as well, you know, to stop the takeover. Now, will they actually manage to stop the takeover or not? That depends, but it is definitely a fight going on. I was Lazan Rote last month. Somebody talking. He's already been outbid. Kieran wager on it. Lol, I betcha beer. He won't be able to buy Twitter, sadly. We shall see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, definitely, like I'm saying to you guys, Twitter is not a you know, normal, a regular company. It's a very important company, and you know, you always look at these, you know, top 100, you know, richest people in the world, and Elon Musk is a top. And even Elon Musk says, like, he's not as rich as, for example, Putin. And Putin is not as rich as some other people. I can tell you that right now. You have to understand that people that do have money, they don't have money in personal wealth, right? So they don't get to the top 100 list. So you think, you know, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and, you know, the Alibaba guy and the guy from Mexico are the richest people in the world, and Warren Buffett? No, they're not. They're rich, definitely, but they're not the richest people in the world. Richest people in the world don't care about the money on their bank account. What they care about, money they control. And control money is a totally different thing than having money on the bank. If you have money on the bank account, you know, you still have, you know, pay tax, do this and that, you know, everybody knows how much money you can do. But let's assume you want to, let's assume you have control, or not control, but you control a company. Let's say you control a company like, I don't know, let's say you control a company like Amazon. Let's say you own 0 stocks of Amazon, but you're on the board of Amazon. You have control over what they do with their money. That's the power, guys. That's the power, because right now you can sit there and say, okay, what are we gonna use, you know, the billions and billions that Amazon has? Let's buy this company, let's buy that company. Control over the money is a lot more important than how much money you have in your bank account. So if you control the money, that's the thing. So the richest people in the world, they control a lot of money, and I mean trillions and trillions of dollars, and they're not interested in acquiring a couple of more billions, you know, and letting Twitter go, you know, to get some billions in their pocket. They don't care about money. They got money. They care about control and power. Remember that. So Elon Musk acquiring Twitter is going to be a big deal. It's going to be very hard to do. Saudi royal family is more money than Putin, I imagine. Yeah, the Saudi royal family is insane. So there are a lot of people, like, these people don't care about money. You don't understand that. Like, yeah, just giving Elon Musk, you know, saying, yeah, I'm gonna pay 46 billion. Like, 46 billion is big money, but for them, they don't care, because they're already generating a lot of money. What I care about is control, power, stuff like that. So hard times is gonna come for, you know, Elon Musk. So we'll see. Definitely interesting play right now. I'm excited to see how this actually plays out. I don't actually know, but all I know is it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Exciting times for you know, Elon Musk, Twitter, Dogecoin, crypto space, but unfortunately it's gonna be hard time the way I see it. That said, that little rant over there, right now we can go and chat about what's happening in Bitcoin. You can see here at Bitcoin, I pulled some, you know, nice line up here, and it looks like it's breaking the line on the downside. So this looks like it's gonna have a pullback right now. Over here it was having a pullback, then pull back, hold it, and right now pulling on the downside as well. A little bit on the downside as well. There is no divergence up here. Let's go to 4-hourly time frame. There's still no divergence on the 4-hourly time frame. Let's go to the 8-hourly time frame and see if there is any kind of divergence up here. No, there is no divergence. So we don't have any kind of, we had a bullish divergence down here on the bottom down here, so we bounced up here. Right now there is no divergence. The question is, if you go down, will there be any kind of divergence? And yesterday I said in the chat that it just seems to me that too many people are too bullish right now. Too many people are too bullish, and I've been thinking about that, and the thing that I noticed is that people on Telegram, on Discords, on forums are bullish, right? But people that are doing technical analysis, people that are doing, you know, the guys that are, you know, not look up to, but, you know, that I always, you know, check out with, you know, what they are saying, what their sentiment is. Right now, it does seem to be a bearish one. So most people are bullish, they are hopeful, they hope it's gonna go towards the upside. But I think right now, you know, the guys that are looking TA stuff, you know, they are looking towards downside more than towards the upside, and even I am looking more towards downside than towards the upside. Why am I doing that? Well, first of all, we you know, broke certain levels on the downside. We are still in the triangle up here. There's a triangle up here. We are in a very nice triangle up here. So the triangle is definitely playing out. I'll show you what I posted yesterday on Telegram over here. I posted this before I went to sleep, and I said this might be some kind of scenario, right? This triangle over here playing out, because you see here we create nice bottom down here, went up here, create nice stop up here with these lines. So we got some kind of triangle playing up here. Also the 50 moving average on the 4 is coming down to us, so it's gonna be in park area. So we might see some kind of move up to 41,000, give or take something up here. You know, but the way I see that, there are a couple of options up here. Of course, you know, nothing plays, you know, exactly the same, but I'm looking some kind of move to the resistance, maybe some kind of consolidation and break towards the upside. That would be very bullish. Unfortunately, if we get rejected from the resistance up here and go back to the support, we might see some kind of consolidation on downside and then break on the downside. Now we do have full moon, you know, we do have full moon, but you know, we cannot put, you know, 100% on the full moon, although we should probably, because you know, full moons are very nice. We also got over here this bearish engulfing candle, which I think it's a very, very bad candle down here. This tells me right now that, you know, there is a lot more bearishness than bullishness up here. You don't get these bearish candles up here in any kind of move towards the upside. I mean, this is, there is just too much selling to call this you know, some kind of bottom down here. And on the daily time frame, we technically didn't create any kind of bottom yet. There is no double bottom, there is no falling wedge, there is nothing, there is no pattern up here that's right now forming that is saying to us that this is some kind of bottom. And you can see here from the long-term perspective up here, if you pull our lines up here, where are our lines? Something like this, right? That's the line that we are actually looking at, right? And on the bottom side, something like this down here, give or take, right? So you can see here this is creating some kind of ending triangle up here. We are still in some triangle, but this might also be consolidation pattern that might break on the downside after a big down move, right? We might also get some kind of bull flag up here, sorry, a bear flag up here that breaks on downside. So this bear flag might go something like this, up, down, breakout towards the upside, you know, fake out towards the upside, right back down. This creates a bear flag, and then we break on the downside. So this breakout towards the upside might create that bear flag, just like we are creating the bear flag on the weekly time frame right now. So if you go, for example, to the weekly time frame, we are creating the same kind of bear flag, because over here there was some kind of a triangle up here, maybe, right? There was some kind of triangle, right? And we went with this move towards downside, right? And then we went up, down, then a breakout towards upside, got everybody bullish, right back down again. We are creating this bear flag, so if this bear flag breaks on the downside, we get something like this, right? Some kind of 25,000 down here levels. That's gonna be very important once that breaks out. But the same thing over here might be happening on the small time frame as well. So let me explain to you how that actually works. If you go to the 4-hour time frame up here, the same kind of bear flag might be happening down here. It's on daily, on the 4-hourly. It's on the daily time frame down here, on the daily time frame. So you got this you know, pull on downside that's going towards downside. Right now we went up a little bit down. We might get some kind of breakout out of this triangle towards the upside here, right? Get rejected somewhere up here, then go down. You create this bear flag, and the same thing happens on the downside right now, you know, where we move downside. So the same kind of type of bear flag might be playing out on the small time frame right now as well. But we are still in the triangle. We have to respect the triangle until the triangle breaks. Triangle haven't broken yet. We are still inside the triangle. Whichever side we go, that might be a little bit bullishness. Just be sure that we don't break to the upside and get some kind of a you know, bull trap towards the upside. You know, everybody starts going long and then falls back down again. So right, so it might do something like this up here, break to the upside, you know, something like, it doesn't matter, break towards the upside, create this bull flag, and towards the downside. Often people are telling me, looking at some kind of moves, and they are looking at some kind of move towards downside, saying this is a bear flag. This is not a bear flag, and let me explain a little bit about how this works. So the, you know, the bullishness, the move towards downside. Let me explain to you a little bit. Let me just draw it up here. When you got some kind of price moving towards the upside, and then it starts flagging towards the upside, this flag towards the upside, this is not bullish. This is actually very bearish move. So often people will see, you know, flag going towards the upside, and they will see, oh my god, this is a bull flag, we're going towards the upside, and that's often not the case. The reason this is not the case is when it starts flagging towards the upside, it's already trying trying to get higher highs. It's trying to get higher highs, but it's failing. It's failing every single time because, you know, these you know, it breaks up a little bit, but not enough. This is very bearish. You know, something has to happen for this to break towards the upside, but oftentimes, more oftentimes, this is a very bearish move, and oftentimes it just breaks on the downside, because oftentimes when it has an impulsive move and starts doing this move up here, you'll see a lot of divergences, you will see a lot of momentum dying, you'll see a lot of profit taking up here, and it breaks on the downside. So this is definitely not any kind of bull flag. Bull flag goes towards the upside and then flags towards the downside. Now why does it flag towards downside? Because it has that impulsive move and then it moves down to support. It looks for support already, right? It hits some kind of top up here, looks for support. Once the bull flag is you know, once finds some kind of support, it bounces out of the you know, out of this triangle or a bull flag towards the upside and goes towards the upside. But this is a lot more bullish than this move up here. You'll see this very often on the charts. You'll see, and these plays can actually play a little bit differently. It can go like this, and then can be some kind of curvature up here. You know, after any kind of impulsive move, any kind of continuation towards the upside, slow continuation or upside, you know, maybe some kind of rising wedge, maybe a rising channel, maybe some kind of curvature, you know, that doesn't matter. Maybe consolidation, you know, might be a little bit bullish, but any kind of continuous move towards the upside is a very bearish move, and oftentimes, you know, pulls back to the downside. So the only kind of bull flag you want to see, only kind of bull flag or continuation pattern you want to see after an impulsive move, and when I say impulsive move, you go towards big time, any kind of, it's either a triangle or a channel towards the downside. I think these two can be very, very bullish towards the upside. The triangle oftentimes is very undecisive, but can definitely break both to the downside and upside. But the channel, downsloping channel, is the bull flag. Now over here, what we are actually experiencing, at least on the weekly time frame over here, is a bear flag, because you can see it goes down. If you invert this, you can see that it went, you know, it had a big impulsive move towards upside. Right now, looking for support, we're looking support, and if it breaks this resistance up here, it just continues, right? So that's what we are looking for right now when we are saying that this is a bear flag, and the same thing is happening on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame up here, this is a bear. This might become a bear flag eventually, where we break on the downside. But if it goes in some kind of triangle up here, or it starts doing, you know, these kind of moves towards downside, this might be very, very bullish. And I will consider this, if it starts doing a channel towards downside, I will consider this a bottoming pattern. I will this bottoming pattern with some kind of fake outs towards downside, and I will be looking for a long over here. But if this, you know, happens, we get some kind of breakout towards the upside, and we are still keeping some kind of, you know, rising channel up here, I would be very scared about rejection up here and move towards the downside. But I'm not very, very bullish on Bitcoin right now. If you see on the 4-hour time frame, we are trying to get, you know, we are just barely getting above this, you know, the 20 moving average, and right now right back down again. Short-term time frame up here, you can see that we are breaking the trend up here. We tried to get back up, but the trend failed. That right now going a little bit down. We'll see how this actually much down on the downside goes. This is a small time frame. This is 1 hour time frame, so really it doesn't matter that much. On the daily time frame, this is the only thing that matters. The triangle up here is the legit triangle. Break of any side, we gotta look for what's gonna happen next, right? You know, break on downside might be a bear trap, break the upside might be a bull trap. We gotta see that, but right now the way I'm looking at this is gonna go sideways. Today is Saturday, so we got still 2 days left until Monday. Monday is gonna be you know, big moves that are happening. And also on the weekly time frame, this does not look good, guys. This doesn't look good. We broke through 50 and the 22 moving average towards downside. We had something called evening star doji on the top up here, some kind of reversal pattern. This reversal pattern already played out. Right now we are back in the triangle. We are below the 10 moving average and 20 moving average and 50 moving average right now. This next week, you know, needs to play towards the upside. I don't see it anywhere. When this broke to below the 50 and the 20 moving average, I said even then we can just pump up. We're gonna be very good, no problem whatsoever. You know, worst case scenario we stay between here, but since we did not stay between the 20 and the 10 moving average. We're actually breaking below the 10 moving average. Right now it looks very bad because you cannot no longer say that, you know, this is just gonna pump up here. Best case scenario, the way I see it, you know, next week we manage to get back outside to triangle, create some kind of a, you know, some kind of bullish engulfing candle here or whatever, right? Some kind of indication that we are bullish again. That's what I'm looking for the next week. This week, I'm not quite sure. I'm looking how this is gonna play out. I think this is gonna take a little bit more time. I'm not quite sure it's just gonna drop towards downside. It can do that, but not quite sure about that. I think, you know, this play up here might still be in effect up here. You know, this triangle, how this is gonna play out, is just gonna go up here, down here, maybe something like this, and then towards the upside, or just gonna hug the bottom part and escape towards the upside. Are we gonna see right now pullback and move up to the resistance, then down to the support, and, you know, on the downside? How this is gonna play out, I don't know, but I'm looking at a triangle. I'm looking for some kind of exit out here. I'm looking for some kind of indication that this is bullish. Unfortunately, the indication that we are bearish came with the engulfing candle on the daily time frame up here. So, you know, I'm still taking that bigly into the account up here, that this might break on the downside. Like we said, guys, today is the full moon. Let's see on a 1 hourly time frame. We still don't have the full moon on the chart yet, not on the 4, not on the daily. But today is the 16th. We got a full moon already playing in, and like we said, this might be some kind of a bull flag, right? Some kind of, let's just pull like this. Doesn't matter. Maybe it's up here somewhere, give or take, right? It might be some kind of channel up here, and we might, just might, because we are getting this new full moon. These are the full moons. These are the full moons. Right now we are getting the next full moons, and every kind of full moon, it does pump us towards the upside, right? At least a little bit, right? So we're expecting this to pump us towards the upside as well. Now, what might happen that we start going on the downside, we get some kind of spring up here, and then move towards the upside, then explain. So this is a very legit thing that I'm actually looking for happen. This is a normal type of pattern. It does happen on the charts. Oftentimes, you know, you are at some kind of bottom, but, you know, you are showing bearish signs, and once that happens, you break towards the bearish side. But since we are so low, it doesn't go, you know, to whatever level people are looking at. It goes down a little bit, get everybody short, get everybody, you know, feared, get everybody to stop, you know, to fear some kind of sell, you know, this, you know, liquidations, stop loss and stuff like that. You go a little bit toward the downside, and then you have this V-shaped recovery pattern, this spring towards the upside. So I'm hoping that this spring will happen, because we got a full moon happening up here. So this move toward the downside is definitely, you know, normal. But I'm expecting by the end of the new moon, I don't know when the new moon is gonna happen up here, right? I'm expecting by the end of the new moon, from this point over here, we are not gonna end somewhere there. I think we're gonna end somewhere up here, right? I think we are gonna either end towards the upside or sideways after this full moon is done. At least the way I'm seeing it. So this is the best case scenario right now. I think, you know, if you just drop on downside, get this, you know, this spring on the downside, I think we're good, guys. I think we're good. Thanks for explaining the true bull flag, TLI. I used to make the mistake you mentioned. You're welcome. A lot of people make the same mistake, and they still tell me, like, yeah, it can definitely, when you got some kind of, you know, flag that flags towards the upside, can it break towards the upside? Yes, it can. Definitely can break towards the upside, but probability is not there. You know, these things often, when you have flag towards the upside, these things only happen, break towards the upside in something that's very, very bullish for whatever reason, right? Oftentimes you'll see price go up, very, very bullish coin, a lot of people talking about it. You get into this consolidation towards upside because, you know, people are just, you know, want to go. It just doesn't pull back, it just breaks towards upside. This is very, very bullish move. That's why we know it's bullish move. Let me show you something. We often also know that, you know, channels, rising channels often tend to break through the downside. Falling channels often tend to break towards the upside, right? And this is a normal thing, right? When you have some kind of move towards the downside, you're looking for support, you break towards the upside. But when you have a rising channel that breaks towards the upside, that's a very, very bullish move, right? You often know that falling wedges should break towards the upside, right? And rising wedges should break towards the downside. But when, especially in some kind of bull market, euphoria type stuff, when you got a rising wedge that breaks through upside, we are extremely bullish because this increases the speed towards the upside. This this happens with patterns that are in some kind of parabolic move already. You'll see some kind of a rising wedge up here, it's break towards the upside, it will increase the speed and continue going to high, right? So flags that flag towards the upside are only valid or only possible in some kind of very, very bullish coins, because rising channels, rising wedges do not break to the upside, only during something very, very bullish, bullish sentiment, bullish markets and stuff like that. In normal sideways trending markets and stuff like that, probability for a rising wedge to break through upside is very small. It often breaks towards downside. Oftentimes, if it's a little bit bullish, it might have some kind of fake out towards upside and then right back down again. But things that go up, probability on downside, things that go down, probability towards the upside in some kind of normal markets, you know. So heavily bearish markets where you're just trending on downside, if you are having some kind of a falling wedge in a heavily trending market and you got a falling wedge, this often tends to break this even further towards downside and go up in speed towards the downside, right? So, you know, it can definitely break through the downside. But yeah, rising channel can break towards the upside, but only in very, very bullish scenarios. He's talking my language and I actually understand his. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people get a bull and bear flag backwards. Subbed and liked. Oh man, thanks man. You know, I lose around 10 subscribers a week, you know, so it's, you know, +1 is good, always good, man. Do we think ETH 2.0 be still this year? It was delayed to a few months ago in June, and they said to me that it's going to be August, September. CryptoJep was saying next year. Nobody knows, man. Right now it's Q3, but you know, it might be Q1 next year. Who knows? Tell her, why you never talk about SNX? Don't know about the full moon thing though. You'll know about the full moon thing. Eventually you'll come to our side, man. Everybody starts with, you know, everything starts with a doubt. You know, that's a good thing. You know, when I start doing TI, you know, I start with that, like, lines, meme lines. You're pulling lines and you think, you know, the price is gonna respect that, you know, but you know, over time you're like, oh my god, lines, guys, lines. So, you know, moons, guys, moons. It will happen, guys. They definitely happen. So, you know, you'll definitely become a believer after, you know, a couple of months here. We haven't seen the magic 8 ball in a while. Yeah. Okay, we can ask 8 ball. I mean, we haven't asked in a while, so you know. What's more is move down more likely than up for Bitcoin right now? Okay, let's ask. Are you ready? Outlook good. Well, I wouldn't say that outlook is good, but it is more likely. It looks like it. Unfortunately, even 8 ball is on the bearish side, guys. Unfortunately, even the 8 ball is on the bearish side. When the man is in the chat, good morning, man. How you doing? Thanks for the 18-minute. Thanks for the 18-minute song. 18-minute song. When the man made a special. Let me show you. When the man made a special edition of the solar song, the bullish song that he has made, and look at this, guys. He even made. There we go. It's a 18-minute long, you know, full song, not a loop, full song, 18-minute long full song. The 8 ball let me down, yeah. Archer could happen if this case gets close and we'll try exactly. The tribe is all about the moon though, but more so solid realistic, yeah. You guys legit. Okay guys, with that I will leave you for the rest of the day. I'm going out with the kids. It's Saturday. It's nice weather here in Norway, so we're gonna go and check out some historical monuments around here, and then we're gonna go to the because there is an airport not far away from here, so we're gonna check out some planes. There is a museum, and I'm gonna have a nice day. I hope you have a nice day. I think Bitcoin is more likely to go down, so I don't think that's gonna happen today, but it might take a little while. These things happen over time. We'll see how fast this actually happens, but I think we're gonna have okay weekend, sideways motion weekend, and then if something big happens, there will be emergency live stream over here. But if nothing happens, it's just gonna be regular morning Bitcoin daily, evening stream, maybe some videos here and there, and that's that. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Yeah, who needs trees? Thanks for stopping by. See ya again next time, and that's it for today, guys. That's it for today. Stop button. Captain got a stop button. There is Benchka stop button. Okay guys, cheers, bye bye.